In this video, I'm going to try to get rid, once and for all, of the blanket weed that's been plaguing my pond for the last 2 seasons. If you remember in a previous video, I was having big problems with the blanket weed coming out of winter and into spring, as it tried to take over my pond before the summer season starts. So I'm going to go back to a product I've used in the past called Clover Leaf Blanket Answer, and I've used that in the past with success. But last year, I decided to trial a number of different products that didn't really work in my pond. So I'm going back to my tried and tested product, and I'm going to create this video over the next few weeks just to see how we get on and if we can get rid of the damn blanket weed and also whatever happens in between. So today we're going to measure up a dose, get it mixed up in the bucket and get it added to the pond. And then come back to this video on a regular basis to see how it's doing. Because I don't want any of that damn stuff in my pond for this coming season. So we're going to base this video over as long as it takes for it to take effect and work. So let's go to another day. Day 4 since the treatment went in. Not looking too bad actually. I'll show you the filters now. Yeah, it seems to be hitting the filters a little bit harder now. Also down in my vortex, just get a better shot. That's a better one. Yeah, we're starting to get some lumps coming in. I might tomorrow do a vortex purge. Just purge the bottom drain and see if it gets some pop out through there, because I did it yesterday and I had a lump pop out through and there it is. So I'm going to grab that in a moment and get that out. But yeah, we're starting to get a lot more in the first brushes bit. And also I've found it's landing on top of the Jack matting as well. Didn't really want that. Just turned the air off that was blowing through there so you can hear what I'm saying, and I found that it's coming from there, little bits are breaking off, coming straight under and through there, and then instead of stopping in there, it's coming through to here. So this is going to be a clean-up operation when this has worked, which is going to be a little bit annoying, but it's what it is. Pond's nice and clear now. Show you the fish and everything. The pond cleared about midday yesterday. I came out yesterday and it was pretty clear then. As you can see, we can see the fish now still. We can actually see the fish swimming, which is better. Couldn't see him the other day, obviously it was dead murked out. I shall do occasional dips into the pond with the underwater GoPro so we can sort of see progress. But me now looking here that you can't see because of the glare, it's just like milky greeny stuff all over the base of the pond. So yeah, so far so good, everything seems to be going to plan. So yeah, but let's go back to another day. Day 11 of the Clover Leaf Blanket Answer treatment. It's doing pretty good actually. I'll show you what it's like in the pond in a moment. And the filters, I'm still taking stuff out of the filters, but it's starting to slow up a little bit, and you'll see why when we have a little dive into the into the pond, get me budgie smugglers on, not. Into the pond, when we have a dive into the pond. I don't know what was going through my head then. Yeah, I do. When we dive into the pond to see how the blanket weed is doing. So we'll do that in a second. But I've got a job on today because my floating skimmer has taken a battering from the blanket weed, and it's just a green thing floating around in the pond at the moment. So I've got to take that out, stick it in the bucket, give it a good scrub up, because I need to start using that soon, because I've got some other plans, other things that I was going to do that I usually do in sort of late spring coming into summery bit, and I need that to do stuff. But I always leave it in the pond. At least I pool again. I always leave it in the pond because then I know that's where it's born to live. You know, don't let it dry. Don't let the motor dry out on the side. I always leave it wet in the pond. So let's get that out and give it a clean up. Nice, all done and nice and clean again. No, it's not a brand new one. I've just cleaned it, as you just seen. So I just got to get it back in the water now and just hope it fires up. So. Right, it looks like one of the holes is blocked. I think it's this one. These are blocked as well. Let's just. Okay, let's try again.
Comes around one today. They don't see things the same. Two walk like two out the door. Then you have magic.
That's better. All work. I tell you what, I can't recommend these enough. If you've done like me and built yourself a pond without a skimmer, even if you've no trees above your pond, I left this for about maybe 2 or 3 years after building my pond, and there was a few people on this channel, thank you ever so much, who recommended I get one of these because it just takes off the dust and the dead bugs and things that sort of lie on top of your pond. And as you can see at the moment, already there's like a little scum that's even just been drawn in now off the pond, because the pond's not been dragged for a while off the surface. And I stick a bit of filter floss in there just every now and again and give it a whisk through. And also when you're doing treatments, that helps to mix them up. If you need more oxygen, it helps to put more oxygen in your pond. You know, I tell you, if you haven't got one, get a floating skimmer. They are brilliant, and I wouldn't live without mine. I had a few problems to begin with, and I'll post a video somewhere at the end of when I put this in. I had a few problems with it, and the way I cured it was 2 small stones, and it just helped to balance it in the pond. So if you're looking to get one of these, I'll link this in the description below. You can click the link and it takes you straight to it. I'm affiliated to Amazon, so if you buy it from the link, it gives me a few pennies. It doesn't cost you any more, it just gives me a few pennies to develop the channel and invest in stuff, to be able to show you what happens on here with stuff and stuff. Looks like Clover Leaf is still working. I'm hoping it completes the journey it's on to get rid of all my blanket weed. So we'll have to just go to another day and see how well it's doing. See you on another day. Day 14 of the Clover Leaf Blanket Answer treatment. I thought I'd come in a day or two early. I was going to leave it a few more days before I did an update, but I've spotted that my filters are starting to choke up now. The vortex, as you can see, is getting a bit full of stuff. And the second bay where the brushes are is also getting a bit full of stuff. So what I was trying to avoid over the first 2 weeks was changing water and doing water changes, cleaning filters, all that kind of stuff, because I wanted to make sure that the concentrate of the Clover Leaf Blanket Answer is at its maximum. So I maintained the same water in the pond as I did when I put the first treatment in, and I wanted to make sure that was that, rather than start getting in washing filters and draining water out, replacing it with fresh water and thinning it out. I thought I'd leave it for as long as possible, and from what I can see, 2 weeks is around about enough to be able to get in now and start clearing this stuff out, because I've got all that in the blanket in the vortex, and I've also got all the brushes that need doing. So I'm gonna have to just give them a wash out now, because I'm getting a lot of water at this end of the filter and very little at the other. So I'm gonna have to get in there now and get at least the first 2 bays cleared out, because there's nothing else going through the other bays apart from bits and pieces. Japanese matting I'll do at some time over the next few weeks, because that's fine. Water's getting through that. It's just these first 2 bays that are getting a bit full now, and I've been avoiding leaving it as long as possible to keep the water in where I put the treatment in. Now while I was in the vortex, I've never had this perspective before of getting the little GoPro camera and putting it facing into the outlet or the inlet, should I say, of the vortex, and then just closing the valve down a little bit and then reopening the valve. You just draw a little bit of water through and see what it brings through with it, and it kind of looks like this. So I just thought I'd share with you that perspective that I don't think anybody's ever shown on their YouTube channel that I'm aware of. If you are, then comment below, because I want to see what other people's looks like. But yeah, as I was down there, I thought, I wonder what it looked like if I stuck the camera up in that hole. Right, I'm sure everybody's seen me do this before, so I'm going to get the fast forward camera on and zip through getting these filters cleaned. Right, so I've actually decided, this wasn't the plan, to be honest. The plan was to empty this vortex first, and then just siphon this one off. But the amount of look at this amount of stuff at the bottom of this. Look at that. The amount of sludge at the bottom of this. This is what was causing the blockage through. And I've got another tray under there as well. So I've got to try and get the tray out to empty all this sludge and blanket weed out of there, and then fire everything back up again. Right, I'm going to better get this tray out because unreal. Let's have a look at this. So this is what was causing the blockage. We've got all this blanket weed that had made its way to the bottom of that tray, of that last bay down there. Yeah, basically just blocked it up, because this, when I empty this out now, you'll see what this is in a minute. I know you can't tell what it is at the moment, but you'll see now. When I empty this out, you'll see what it is. Right, better get this back in again. Get it all put back together again. Don't you just love unplanned days? Hey, flipping heck. Yeah, that's. You can tell how much blanket weed there's been in the pond after taking that. I've never had that before. You know, I'm in different realms this year with blanket weed, and how much there has been. And yeah, maybe I can hear you saying, well, you should have moved earlier, Andy. You should have made an earlier move and got it done quicker. Well, maybe, but I didn't. So every day's a school day. You know, you can't knock it till you've tried it. Hang on, now I've tried it. I can knock it. Yeah. I wasn't planning on topping up this early, but I've had to. But the treatment's been in for just over 2 weeks now, or 14 days, day 14 this is. We're going to come back to another day. Day 19 of the trial for the Clover Leaf Blanket Answer, just in between rainstorms. And I think it's going to start raining again in a minute, so I better be quick. But no, I think I'm going to conclude this video now, because from what I can see in the pond, looking good. So if we look at compare from like sort of day 4 and then next to it today, pretty good. So I'm happy with that. I'm really happy with how it's worked now, because I can go into the summer season knowing that the blanket weed has virtually been sorted. But I've saved when you get the Clover Leaf Blanket Answer tub, I've got one of the smaller tub that is this one, and half of that does my pond, so I've still got the other half left. And I think what I'm going to do is, in the next maybe, I don't know, another 5 or 6 weeks or so, I might just chuck another half dose in, just in case. Because if it's not quite, you know what I mean? People keep talking about, don't touch it because you'll mess the spores, or they'll spread the spores, or I don't know. So I'm going to keep the other half to do a half dose in the next few weeks, just to maintain it then, because I don't want blanket weed in my pond in the season. And just looking down at where the air stones are, if you look at how the air stones used to be and look at they're now, then it's less night and day, and it's pretty good. You know, when I've used clover leaf in the past, it has taken a few weeks to do, and it continues to do. You know, if I hadn't had to do that big clean-up when I had a big lump of it at the bottom, then I don't know, it may have been still a bit more concentrated, but I had to water it down a little bit to just take out all that rubbish that was at the bottom of the multi-bay. As you can see, the pond covers aren't off yet. I've been seeing and hearing of others taking them off, getting ready for summer, but I think there's just a couple more weeks for me, to be honest. It's not, I'm not getting any consistent air temperatures for me to get them off yet, so as soon as we're finished here today, I'll get them covers back on again. And don't forget, you can buy any of the stuff off the channel that I use in the description below. Just click the links and it'll take you straight to Amazon. So thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe, share, ding the bell for notification, but click the like, because the like makes all the difference to the algorithms. Thank you very much for watching. Quick Pond Lifestyle.